Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna review this Meike 35mm f1.4 lens. Before we start, let's unbox it. This lens is very affordable. It only costs less than 5,000 pesos or less than $100 US. I already tested f1.8 yung new lens, but it's for Nikon. But this one, I'm using the Canon EOS M100. The package includes the lens itself, cleaning cloth, carrying pouch, and user manual. The aperture consists of 9 blades for a smoother bokeh. The standard kit lens weighs only about 150 grams, but this lens weighs about 225 grams. Here's how to attach the lens. If this is your first time using a manual focus lens, you may encounter that your camera is not firing. You have to set it first to release shutter without the lens. And now we can use our lens. This is the aperture ring from f1.4 to f16. And this is the focus ring. It can focus from 0.4 meters up to infinity. The rotation is about 180 degrees. This video has 3 parts. First is the sample photos. Second is the sample videos. Third, this lens versus the standard kit lens. Here are the sample shots. This one is a bit extreme at higher ISO setting. At f1.4, it has a shallow depth of field, but the image looks soft, as you can see in the photo. Here's the shot in low light situation. And here's the shot in broad daylight. We can clearly see the chromatic aberration if the aperture is set to wide open and gradually decreases at lower aperture settings. Testing the sharpness at f1.4. At f2. At f2.8. At f4. At f8. And at f16. We can clearly see the difference from f8 to f16. f8 is sharper than f16, so avoid using the lowest aperture value. Here are the sample videos. You can clearly see the green lens flare here. Testing out the focus, and you can see a very beautiful bokeh. Merry Christmas! Keep in mind that this lens doesn't have an image stabilization compared to the Canon standard kit lens. Here's the comparison of a standard kit lens versus the Meike 35mm f1.4 lens. I can only start the aperture at f5.6 from the standard kit lens. Compare the sharpness of the two images. Meike has sharper details. Here's the sample in white background. I adjusted the exposure compensation to -2. Just to recap, this is a very good, affordable lens that you can buy right now. It has a wide aperture, good build quality, perfect for portraits. It can take sharp photos using the mid-range aperture. Just take note that this is a manual lens. There's no image stabilization compared to the standard kit lens. It's not that easy to use for beginners. And there's no EXIF information about aperture since there's no electronics in the lens. As of this recording, I'm using the lens at f2, ISO set to 400, and the shutter speed is 1/60th of a second. If you can compare it to my previous videos, this is way better than the standard kit lens because it's using a wider aperture lens. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Ano pang hinihintay mo? I-frame mo na yan.